Pilots at Germany's flagship carrier Lufthansa have voted to go on strike after their union failed to reach an agreement on pensions. Joining us about the airline's ongoing challenges is DW correspondent Chiponda Chimbelu in Berlin. Hi Chiponda, tell us more.
Thanks for having me. Well, Lufthansa Group, which is Europe's largest airline, has failed to reach an agreement on pensions with a union that represents 4,800 pilots in Germany. The union wants the company to more than double pension contributions, and Lufthansa says that is too expensive. So we could see a warning strike in the coming days at the group's core brand, Lufthansa, and that's according to media reports here. And that would affect anyone traveling through its main hubs in Frankfurt and Munich. And experts say that there could be more behind the pilots' union announcement this week. Now, Lufthansa has announced several cost-cutting measures in a bid to raise its profit margin. And that includes a plan to slash 4,000 jobs, and that was announced last week, in fact. And the airline says most of the roles are in administration and will be replaced by artificial intelligence. But there are other strategic plans that are unpopular with the pilots at Lufthansa, and that could be adding to the tensions that we are seeing between the airline and the pilot union.
Chiponda, which of the company's plans are unattractive for the pilots?
Well, Lufthansa Group wants to shift more flights from its main brand to its subsidiaries. Now, by 2030, about half of all short and medium-haul flights could be operated by the group's other airlines. Now, that plan doesn't sit well with the staff at Lufthansa's core brand. That is because the group is moving flights to other airlines where the pilots are paid less in a bid to cut costs. And it's not just the pilots' union which isn't keen on this plan, but also the flight attendants' union. Now, the trade unions here in Germany are not allowed to strike against strategic corporate decisions. So there is some speculation that the union may be using the disagreement on pensions to put some pressure on Lufthansa, and also to ensure that Lufthansa pilots do not bear the brunt of its cost-cutting measures. Now, that is because Lufthansa will be cutting pilot positions from its core brand over the coming years if it does move more flights to its subsidiaries.
So what can we expect now?
Changing course for Lufthansa won't be easy. It needs to cut costs to remain profitable. Now, it is aiming for a profit margin of around 8 to 10% to be able to make investments, such as buying new fuel-efficient planes. Now, last year, Lufthansa's profit margin was below 5%, so we will have to wait to see how this dispute plays out with the pilot union, because, of course, any strike could affect thousands of passengers, and that could be very expensive. In the first quarter of last year, for instance, strikes cost the airline around 350 million euros. So any strike that lasts days could dent its bottom line.